What's going on, everybody? It's Friday again. It's Friday, the 20th of September, 2024. It is 12:30 p.m. here in Germany, and this is the Insanity Report for today. And look, like I said before, I've said that in a couple other videos, I am starting to get like tips from some of my followers about things to talk about, which is awesome. I totally appreciate it. And one of my subscribers sent me an article that was also written by somebody on Substack. I will link it below. I recommend everybody read it. And if you don't want to get blackpilled, I would say don't watch this episode, because it's going to be pretty blackpilling, I have to say. I mean, lately I've been quite optimistic because I see that our side, the side that wants to fend off this totalitarian push that is descending on us all over the Western world, that we want to fight it off. That's basically the gist of it. And we are winning on a lot of fronts, and we've got a lot of strong, powerful people on our side as well. All good things. I mean, the union between Trump and RFK Jr., very good. Elon Musk, very good. These are all people that really will be an asset to helping restore some level of sanity in the Western world and get these government monkeys off our backs. And that's basically the problem for all of us. We see that they are ever more encroaching on every one of our freedoms. We see that they've lied to us about absolutely everything. And we see that the media is helping them in every which way. And we are looking more and more at our own governments as enemies rather than those that are supposed to serve our interests, which they probably have never really done. It's just that we now know about it because of the internet, that it's coming to light more and more how the situation really is. Look, in this article, I'm going to give you the kind of the Cliff Notes version. You can read the article. An organization named CAN, I think it's the Christian Action Network, they have uncovered that the Department of Treasury, so the Treasury Department, has been keeping lists of people that buy Bibles or buy other religious propaganda or donate to churches or whatever it could be. They have been illegally putting these people on lists, and they've been sent for criminal referrals, so they're part of a criminal investigation just for having bought a Bible in America. It's not an Islamist buying the Quran or people ordering Mein Kampf, which may also have its own list, you know what I mean? Could be. But those are legitimate lists, maybe, because they have to do with foreign influence. But this is absolutely, completely and totally illegal for the government to secretly put regular American citizens buying a Bible on some sort of criminal investigation without them knowing about it. That's madness. Okay? That's madness. Now look, if you know me, you know I'm not religious. Okay? But I have no problem. As a matter of fact, I think it's a good thing for most people if they do have a religion. And if that having a religion in any way benefits your life, then go do that and be religious. No problem. I just don't want any ideology running my life or the lives of people that don't adhere to the ideology, because that doesn't work. We see that now with the leftist ideology running the show at the moment. The ideology running the show for everybody just never works out, and I don't want that. So that's my criticism of religion, basically, and any religion, is that it's an ideology, and it's fine for the people who want to adhere to the ideology, but it's not fine for those that don't. Okay? But the government taking the view that it's okay, and the Treasury Department no less. Why? What does the Treasury Department have to do with this? You know what I mean? Why would the Treasury Department be investigating citizens in America? I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a connection there. Somebody can explain to me that I'm missing, and even if there is a legitimate connection, still, it's obviously illegal. I mean, it's warrantless, basically warrantless invasion of people's privacy. How are they getting this information? Well, they're getting it through cooperative banks, because Jim Jordan, the one of the few good guys in Congress on the Republican side, has told publicly that the government has set up a secret, network that banks and other financial distribution systems like PayPal, etc., are basically through this portal, this secret portal. They're connected directly to the government, and anything that they deem to be suspicious, including buying Bibles, shopping at Cabela's, going to Bass Pro, buying a hunting license, buying a rifle, buying a gun, all of those things are secretly being tracked against all the laws, right? All of American laws, for all of the protections that American citizens actually have from an overreach of government are being broken here. And those people are being basically constantly criminally surveilled and investigated for buying a Bible in America that's supposed to be the freest country in the world. Guys, I'm sorry. America, as you may have once known, is gone. Now, look, they might have been doing this kind of shit, all along. But that was during a time where the public didn't get wind of it. You know what I mean? And the public was generally happy. They were prosperous. They were earning good money. They could buy houses. They had a nice family. They had good entertainment, good food. People were fat and happy and not able to get all of the information that we can get these days because of the internet. And so now this kind of government overreach is coming to light over and over and over again. And we see what these people are up to. And, it's complete madness. The CAN organization FOIA'd the Department of Treasury, according to this article that I'm going to copy and paste down here so you can read it. They FOIA'd them to find out what the reason is why they're doing these criminal investigations on people that buy Bibles. And they basically are not getting any answers. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, no, it's going to, we can't, it's going to compromise our investigation. Basically, the same answer they give in Congress, the same answer they give in court, the same answer they give in lawyers, the same answer they give when it comes time to renew their budget, and the stupid-ass Congress people just rubber stamp it. Look, guys, the reason why I'm so black-pilled about this is because Congress knows about it, right? They know about it. Jim Jordan even said they've set up a secret portal. Well, that means they know about it because Jim Jordan is in the government. But regardless, if they know about this and they know about mass violations of the rights of American citizens, why can they not or will not do anything about it? It's great that they admit to it. That's fucking great. Why are they not doing anything about it? The fact is, whether they can't do anything about it, whether they're neutered, I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can take a bunch of guesses and I can come up with a few theories as to why it is that the Republicans or the conservatives or the government in general is not interested in doing anything about any of these giant overreaches onto the rights of American citizens. You know what I mean? Complete and utter craziness. The January 6th defendants, complete craziness. Trump, COVID, the handling of COVID, no accountability. The January 6th people in prison, the censorship, the mass censorship, the attempts to censor, the installing of a new presidential candidate in Kamala Harris without any sort of democratic process, the use of warfare. This is another, the lying, getting American citizens into paying for wars they have nothing to do with, and don't serve their interest to do so. Over and over and over again, we are seeing every day that, at least in America and in all of these other Western countries, similar things are happening, on all fronts, especially with the censorship thing. These governments have completely unleashed themselves. And not on foreign adversaries, they've unleashed themselves on their own citizens. And the blackpilling thing is, If Congress won't do anything about it, who the fuck is going to change? What's going to happen? You know what I mean? How is this kind of shit going to stop? When are people going to be held accountable for the actions they take while in government? How is it going to happen? I mean, because the people in power that are on our side, supposedly, aren't doing anything about it either. And whether that's because they don't want to, or because they can't, or because they're captured, or because they're being blackmailed, or they feel threatened, or they're under threat, or they're in fear of their lives, or whatever it possibly could be, the fact remains, it is basically the citizenry against a monolith establishment government in the United States and in almost all other Western countries. And it's going to be, it's a battle between us and them. And how do the citizens win this battle if the entity they're battling against has more power over them than they have over the other? How is that going to work? I am starting to think, Jesus, an actual revolution, a real revolution. Is that going to be necessary to remain free? Is it really going to come down to the public violently going against the establishment? I mean, it's sure as hell starting to look like it. And I'm the first person to say I don't really fucking want to do that. You know what I mean? I'd rather avoid that. I think most people would. And if you watch my videos more often, you know that I say this more often. And look, guys, the rot is so deep that even the people in power aren't doing anything to stop the overreach on U.S. citizens. The reason, I get a little tired sometimes of people saying, well, they're going after Christians. Look, they are going after Christians, but it's not just you. They're going after everybody that has a dissenting opinion. They're going after everybody that doesn't agree with their path that they want to take us on, that doesn't agree with being lied to or being kept in the dark about everything while constantly paying tax money on shit they feel like is not bringing them anything. Tired of politicians making life-threatening decisions over our lives without even consulting us. It's an attack on everybody. Everybody except those that shut up and walk in line in the hopes that they will be, they'll get a cushy fucking existence if they just shut up, keep their head down and do what they're told. But bending to tyranny never gets you there. You know what I mean? They're going to be the weak. Tyranny sees those people as the weakest and will cut them out immediately once it has full power. So those people that know that what is happening to us in Western countries is absolutely wrong, and you don't want it to happen, but you're too afraid or you're too cowardly, so you just walk in line. Just know that once they slam the lock shut on us, you guys are the first ones to go. So here, I'm going to give you guys the same advice as I give in a lot of other videos. I'm going to give everybody the same advice. None of us want to have to resort to violence in order to remain free. But if it comes down to that, many of us will do that. You know what I mean? Because basically it's then life or death, right? Anybody in that situation would do that, right? So we have to make sure we don't allow ourselves as citizens of these Western countries to become completely cornered. Many countries at the moment, and then within the next year, have elections. Many Western countries are having elections throughout this next year. Whether you like it or not, people are going to have to start standing up. People are going to have to start speaking out. More and more people. There's a lot of people doing it already. You know what I mean? Many people. But everybody, we need everybody to show these people that are currently in power that they cannot just trample over every right and freedom that we have in order to serve whatever interest they're pursuing. Especially not without some sort of consultation. that would be at least reasonable. But we're not getting that. And it's time that these citizenries demand it. And I think that these elections that are coming are the last chances we all have to start weeding out the people involved that have power, that are involved in this whole drama. You know what I mean? And most of the people that are basically if you look at America, you've got the president, but Donald Trump is not going to be able to just save everybody, because he's only going to be there for 4 years. So no matter what he accomplishes, no matter how many people he gets rid of, no matter how many departments he shuts down, no matter how many wrongs he rights, in the end, he's going to be gone. And if people don't vote for a similar candidate that will pursue the same interests as Donald Trump did, which are the interests of the American people, then that whole shit's going to be reversed again, and you're going to be in the same fight. Ultimately, it's going to be up to the people to claw back their rights from these tyrants. And so, while I sympathize with those people being put on watch lists and criminal investigation because they bought a Bible, I sympathize totally. But you people are going to have to start standing up and saying no. You're going to have to start fighting back. You know, and in the article describing the situation with the Treasury Department, even they admit that, you know, almost nobody can really sue the government, because the government is going to say they don't have standing because they didn't have any financial loss because of this. They didn't suffer any consequences because of these revelations, because none of these people that are on criminal watch lists have actually been hauled into court, questioned, charged. None of that shit has happened, so they have no standing, so there's no lawsuit available. So basically, it comes down to the tyrants say, we're going to break the law, we're going to put you people on watch lists. Now we have to admit it because it's been uncovered, but we're not going to change course, and we're not going to allow you to sue us because we have the power over everything. At the moment, Western governments, especially the United States, has absolute power. They regard no laws. They regard no restraints. They serve no interest but their own. They answer to no one. And the people that they're supposed to answer are too spineless to make them do it. And so that's a real problem. That's why I'm so black-pilled. It's a real problem. How do you unfuck this? Right? That's what I'm thinking. How do you unfuck this? The only way outside of violence is going to be for people to start paying attention to what is going on. Go through whatever personal issue you have with having to change your whole worldview. If you've thought that, you know, the United States, the government's always been great and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get over it. We're running out of time. People are going to have to start speaking out more and more. And the most important thing is, everyone, Christians, there should not be a Christian out there in America armed with this information that I just told you, that people purchasing Bibles are being put under criminal investigation just because they bought a Bible. That should mean that every real Christian, every true Christian, must vote for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump would not implement these policies. These are policies and things that have been possible in the government under the Biden administration, under a Democrat government, under a leftist government. Everyone knows that. We have to get rid of all of these people that are supporting this, so a lot of Republicans have to go. Donald Trump is the only possibility you've got to get out of this without having to go to civil war type situations. Or of course you don't have to. You can also just be subjugated and just accept it. Then just get on your knees and allow the government to do absolutely everything and anything they want to do. Shut the fuck up, and maybe they'll let you have Netflix and a job that earns half these money. Maybe they'll let you drive. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll let you eat meat. Maybe they won't. You know what I mean? And if you get in their way, they will lock you up or eliminate you in another fashion if they can. It's either that or start fighting back, and you don't have to fight back with weapons, because you still have the possibility now to use the democratic process, I suggest everybody does so. I can't imagine a Christian out there that has just listened to me talk or read the article down in the description. I can't imagine a single Christian that would vote for the administration that has allowed this to happen in the first place. You'd be a traitor to your own religion, your own family, and yourself. And that counts for everybody, not just Christians. That counts for everybody. There is no excuse to either not vote, sit at home, don't go out, or vote for a Democrat or leftist government at this point. No excuse. And once Donald Trump is reelected, then it's primary time for everybody else. So I suggest you people get a hold of lists to see what your representatives of your state have been voting for, not voting for, and start keeping track of their record. And if they have gone against your interest over the past 2 years, then when they're up for re-election, you go to vote and you vote in whoever, no matter who, is on the other side. And before you do, you should all write your Congress people a letter and say, hey, listen, if you guys don't shape up, we're all going to vote for the fucking Democrat. Right? We're going to vote for the Democrat over you if you don't get your shit together and start voting in our interest up there in the halls of Congress. This madness has got to stop. It is time to flush out everybody that has been a part of this. And no matter what reasons they give you, no matter what stories they tell of why they're doing it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They are breaking the law in every corner, violating your rights at every chance that they get. And they are not going to stop if they remain in power. Simple as that. They will go further. It's not going to stop here because they will always have dissonance. And the more dissonance that come out, the harder they're going to crack down, the more everybody's going to lose their rights. And it's time to get these people out of there. All of them. All of them that have been playing ball with the establishment bullshit, Ukraine money laundering system, whatever, trans bullshit, any of these issues. It's time for the public to get informed, remain informed, and stay on top of things. Make use of their democratic rights, which is right to vote. One of them. You have the right to fucking get the voting record of your Congress people. You have the right to FOIA information. You have the right to write your Congress people. You can even watch them on C-SPAN. It's time to start paying more attention, whether you like politics or not. It's time to start paying attention and holding the people in your districts, in your states, in your counties, your governors. Everybody needs to be held accountable. And the only people that are going to do it is you. Because look, like I said, Congress is useless. Congress has done nothing. They've uncovered a lot of stuff. They've gone after a lot of people. But in the end, all those people always get away. You know what I mean? And the hammer always comes down on the innocent American citizen or citizen of another country that can't defend themselves because they don't have the monetary means to do so. And even if they did, they wouldn't be allowed to defend themselves because the people they're defending themselves against are the tyrants that are ruling over them. So of course, there will be no accountability. This has got to change. And that's why I'm so black-pilled, because I think there's still too many people that buy into this lunacy as if this is a good thing. As if it's understandable, as if, well, they must have their reasons. You couldn't think of a reason yourself. You couldn't come up, you couldn't dream it up. Can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? But you think they probably would come up with a good reason. Yeah, the good reason has nothing to do with your interest. Believe me. They haven't. You know what I mean? And you all know it. So my message to Christians is here, people. Hey, look, if you're a Christian in America, then it's time for you to start getting off your ass. It's time for you to start defending your rights in your religion, as you're supposed to, as a matter of fact, I believe that's part of your guys' deal. You know what I mean? It's time to stop laying down for the LGBTQ bullshit. It's time to stop laying down and compromising on your values in a religion in order to kowtow to whatever the leftist fucking crazies, wokesters want. It's time to ball up. And it's time to ball up in the way of voting as well. Every Christian in America who knows this information, and I suggest you spread it all around amongst yourselves, should be voting for Donald Trump without question. Either that, and if you're not, then you're voting for your own subjugation. And you see it, because I just told you about it. You can't deny it, okay? If you look at all the signs, you can't deny it. They are trying to subjugate their own citizens. And it's going to work if people don't start standing up and pushing back. Okay? Do it. Christians, do it. This is crazy. So I'll put the article down in the description below, and I'll let you guys check that out. It's a very good article. Props, shout out, share that around to everybody you know. Very important, right? Very important. And guys, if you want to see my videos and you have them directly sent to your inbox without having to look for them on social media or way, you can get my articles, you can get all the videos I make, including the Insanity Report comes out every day of the week, and the weekly rant on the weekends, podcast recommendations. All you got to do is subscribe to my Substack. Do that below. The links are below. Subscribe for free or for $5 a month, which I would really appreciate. And then you'll get all my content delivered directly to your inbox as soon as it comes out. So I'm sorry if this depressed you guys on a Friday before the weekend, but it's absolutely important that people realize it. It's going to be rubbed in everybody's face over and over again until everybody wakes up. It's time for people to start doing something about it. And you've heard my suggestion of what you can do. Because I don't think that the other option is going to be available, because I don't think anybody's going to be able to ready to do it. So this is the chance you guys get. Get these people away from power is the message. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.